I didn't want to mess up my video. So 2 weeks. Let's see what this says. Okay, so April 19th. 2 weeks after April 19th. So April 26th is May. Wait, did I do that right? Yes, May 3rd. So that makes me wonder if something's going to drop on May 3rd. Now let's go straight to number 2, the Tortured Poets Department. Everybody knows about this, okay? Everybody thinks it's a reference to the Tortured Man Clubs, which was a group chat between Paul, Andrew, and then her ex-boyfriend, Joe. So someone wrote on X, am I the only one reminded of Joe's Tortured Man Club? And then they say, I only say this because I was waiting for her breakup album, and it looks like this might be it. We all know she's the best when she's in her feelings. So, here we go, our breakup album. So they started to date in 2017 and were together until 2023. If she started to work on the album 2 years ago, this would be kind of mid-relationship. And then it said maybe, my boy only breaks his favorite toys. I have no idea, but someone said the name alone, breakup song, revenge. This could have like, I want to say reputation vibes. This could have like reputation vibes. But then someone said my boy only breaks his favorite toys will bring karma vibe to the Tortured Poets Department. Okay, it could be karma. Bad. So there's a fan prediction, and then there is what I looked up the definition of down bad because I was curious myself to see what it meant. So the fan prediction, I'll go to the fan prediction. Upbeat reputation love song. Oh, there you go. So update reputation love song, gorgeous and delicate. Okay. Recent song she has written about her power couple partner, Travis Kelce. Don't be surprised if a football reference is thrown in there somewhere. She said she's been keeping this secret for 2 years, so I think her album was done 2 years ago, so I don't think there's going to be any reference to Travis Kelce in this album at all. My opinion. Definition of down bad. So it's a feeling of being so attracted to someone you almost feel depressed that you two are together. Which again, if that's a definition of down bad and that's the way she's going for that song, the song can't be about Travis Kelce. There's no way it would be about him. Says mostly used to refer to basic feelings of longing, desperation, sadness, depression, and loneliness. So long, London. Now, this person made a very good point. In each of Swift's albums, always a 5th track is emotional, breakup song. This could be obviously a breakup song about Joe saying goodbye to her 6-year relationship and dive deeper into it. More than her song, You're Losing Me, which, Daddy, I Love Him. So for some reason, I don't know how this came about. I didn't really follow Taylor Swift's relationships, like I said, back then. So Harry Styles isn't known for his slogan, but Daddy, I Love Him. It's printed on one of his t-shirts. They had a dating history in the past, so for this track, they wanted something about that relationship she's still thinking about many years later. And then they said this track is no slander, so nothing negative towards Harry Styles, but instead Swift is just having kind of like a flashback past life moment for her past. Fresh out the slammer. This is going to give Reputation era vibes. What to expect during the Reputation Taylor's version Vault tracks. I don't know why, okay? And I forgot to put the link on this one. I just realized that. But anyways, I believe it was the same link from the previous slide. So if we go back to the previous slide, this is where I found this. Number 8, Florida. Snow on the beach moment. Just the word Florida makes their hearts skip a beat as shown in the 3 very expressive exclamation points in the track's title. Okay, so Florida. Something about Florida is exciting. It excites you. I like that. I actually like that one. That's kind of cool. I don't know about snow on the beach though. A slower track, and they're more excited about Florida, like exclamation points. They're excited about this song. And Snow on the Beach was not one of my favorite tracks on Midnights. I think it was more my least favorite track. One of my least favorite tracks on Midnights was Snow on the Beach. But we will see. Guilty as Sin. Okay, so I didn't know this. I forgot. I read the book Where the Crawdads Sins, and I also watched the movie. And she wrote a song for Where the Crawdads Sin, which is called Carolina, which I completely forgot about. So it says Guilty as Sin is a line from Taylor Swift's song in that movie. It says, Carolina knows why for years they've said that I was guilty as sin and sleep in a liar's bed. So I wonder if it's like similar to the song she wrote for Where the Crawdads Sins. I don't know. Question mark. There's a question mark at the end. People kind of wonder if it will be like detective vibes, court case, which again, if it's like kind of detective vibes trying to figure it out, or like it says, wonder if the song will play out like a court case, then one person says they're getting detective vibes from the album as a whole, with the manuscript, with the 4 songs that are revealed, the 4 extra variants that are revealed. I'm not really sure, but that's interesting because again, from her very first song on the album, which is Fortnite, 2 weeks after something happens. Again, I'm going for the day May 3rd. Something on May 3rd. I'm not really sure what. But this could also be as very... May 3rd. I'm still going with May 3rd. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? So someone said it's going to be like You're on Your Own Kid's twin. She will talk about her battles with fame, people being afraid of her because they believe she'll write negative song about them. Okay, and that was Taylor Memoli. I can fix him. No, really, I can. Okay, so Taylor Swift's ex, Maddie, apparently has the biggest bad boy reputation of all Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriends. Taylor did make a point that she has been keeping the album a secret for 2 years, suggesting that the album existed as a concept prior to her kind of fling with Matt. But there is also several song titles that suggest events happened after her and Joe's split, which also will be included. After all, it is possible Taylor added more songs to the album as she processed the relationship's ends, which is why it isn't being released until more than a year later. A year. It says Taylor and Maddie had a long history and they were linked together in 2014. Taylor would have been well aware of his persona since then, and she entered into relationship with him thinking the mindset that she could change him. Okay, makes sense. Two things. People say this stands for love of my life, but it could also stand for loss of my life. One person said that upon that when they saw the song title, they instantly thought of a clip of Taylor Swift fighting back tears as she sang a line from her 2017 collaboration, I Don't Want to Live Forever. Just after the news broke that she and Matt had called time on their relationship in June last year. I don't know, I gotta check that. Taylor surprised the fans, and she did sing the song on the Eras tour, and she looked emotional. Wonder if she dodged a bullet or just lost the love of her life. Again, love of my life, love of my life, love of my life, loss of my life. It can be done with a broken heart. Okay, so many people believe that the song was written and will be similar to Florida, the song Florida, right? The title also reminded fans of a quote from Taylor's Time interview that said, I know I'm going on the stage whether I'm sick, injured, heartbroken, uncomfortable, or stressed. That's part of my identity as a human being. So I believe Taylor Swift started her Eras tour, or just started her Eras tour when she split up with Joe. I can't remember exactly, but I think it was sometime along that line. So everyone's human. She can do it with a broken heart. Smallest man who ever lived. This one, I really have no idea. I feel like people said it could, again, be about Joe, or it could be follow the footsteps of her song, Nobody, No Crime, and could tell more of a fictional story about an identifiable man. Inspired by Taylor's ex, Joe Jones, who faced mass scrutiny from his split with his wife, Sophie Turner, who was taller than him. Not only has Taylor sung negative songs about Joe in the past, but she publicly supported Sophia through the breakup. I don't know. Sure. Anyways, one of the variant tracks is titled The Alchemy. So this is a term used to describe the intent of transforming a cheap base metal into something more precious like silver or gold, which fans think could be Taylor's relationship with Joe. But through her discography, I can't talk right now, Taylor referred to this romance as golden and been theorized that this song would come to terms with the fact that she saw things that she wanted to see but actually weren't there. Someone else said it could be symbolic. Alchemy refers to turning an ordinary object into something with special properties, like creating gold from cheap metal. She could be referring to alchemy as she tried to perform to save her relationship. Another theory. Clara Bow. Okay, so lots of things with Clara. She was a person who was considered to be the world's first it girl after she rose as an actor in the 1920s. Swifties found meaningful quotes from Clara that appeared to relate to Taylor Swift. A quote said, I'm almost never satisfied with myself or work or anything. By the time I'm ready to be a great star, I'll have been on the screen such a long time that everybody will be tired of seeing me. The manuscript. Manuscript is listed as a bonus track. It could be a summary of the rest of the album that details all as Taylor learned. Here we go. The bolter. A horse that bolts or runs away, a person who withdraws from a political party, group, etc. That kind of sounds like a past release. So the deeper meaning, something that causes persistent deep concern or anxiety, something that hinders accomplishment. Fame has become an albatross that prevents her from leading a normal life. There we go. The black dog. Okay. The black dog. In pop culture, black dogs are sometimes seen as symbols of grief, loss, loneliness, and even death.